Who's really in control? You or your body? So many times I hear about people, or from friends, whose lives are controlled by their addictions. They say that they can't quit smoking, drinking, can't stop eating sugar, can't control their appetite, can't cope with their prescription or illicit drugs. Or from people who simply gave up on themselves, physically, telling themselves that they cannot do certain things because they are too old, or they're not what they used to be. Their muscles, bones, lungs, or whatever are not the same anymore. Do you know what all of these attitudes have in common? They are determined by these people's bodies. Let me ask you a question. What makes you, you? If right now you got your hair dyed a completely different color, would you be a different person? Or if, heaven forbid, you were to lose an arm, would you become someone else all of a sudden? Who we are is determined by what's inside of us, not outside. Things like gender, background, shape or form don't matter. When you think about yourself, you think, you feel. You don't look or touch or taste. So why do we allow our body to determine who we are? It makes absolutely no sense. It's the mind that should tell the body how to behave and not the other way around. If you truly tell yourself, I don't need to smoke one more cigarette ever, I'll find a different pastime. Or, I don't need to put 3 sugars in my coffee. I can get used to 1. Or none if the coffee is good. I can run a half marathon again. I'll take 1 step at a time, I'll train wisely and gradually to achieve that goal. Then you can do it. It is truly, as they say, once we make a real decision, once we convince ourselves that we want to do something, that thing becomes real. Not by magic, but because we make it happen. Because we don't think about how we could fail, but about how we would succeed. If we think about failing, then we will, because we spend too much time thinking about the negatives and we make those real instead. We have to learn how to think. We have to train ourselves to set goals. We have to get back in control, learn how to speak to our body and tell it, dear legs, you are going to take me to places, and you will be greatly rewarded by the sense of satisfaction and achievement that we will gain. Dear body, you don't need this extra weight. Stop making me feel hungry. You don't need all of this stuff to function. And actually, you can function much better without. We must form a positive, productive, trustworthy relationship with our body. Be in control, but be a good and fair boss to ourselves. Nothing good comes from forcing and punishing our body, because otherwise, sooner or later, it will rebel. Crazy made-up diets, excessive, unsupervised training, self-medication, etc. don't work in the long run. Mind over body. It's easy to lose control. It's easy to give in. It's easy not to realize we even did that. That's because so often we are distracted by all the noise in the world and we stop paying attention to ourselves. Get back in control and you will be able to achieve anything you want. Food for thought. Just food for thought.
All the children say, we don't need another hero.